Naked and Afraid Season 16 Episode 2 Review. Well, good people, this episode of Naked and Afraid had to have been one of the most frustrating episodes that I've seen in quite some time. Nevertheless, it'll be my job to sift through the madness that I witnessed and give my opinion on the episode as a whole. So without any further delay, let's jump right in. Episode 2 of Season 16's Naked and Afraid was another fan challenge. And the two fans that are participating in the challenge are from the Big Apple, otherwise known as New York. Elsa is from Brooklyn, and she's truly one with nature, while Chev is from Yonkers, and he claims that he's been surviving on the streets of New York since he was a child. So Naked and Afraid shouldn't be a big deal to him. So here was my first impression when seeing Elsa and Chev. In my opinion, Elsa may have signed up for the show on a whim. There was really never any indication that Elsa was bringing any survival skills to the challenge, which sucks for anybody that will be her partner. And this is regardless however long the challenge was supposed to last. Now when it comes to Chev, my first impression was that this guy is not a native New Yorker. His accent was a dead giveaway, and it let me know that he was somewhere from the Caribbean. And if my assumptions were true, then living in the Caribbean for several years should give Chev some type of advantage over Elsa in the survival realm. And we later learned that Chev is from Jamaica. So the fan challenge takes place in South Africa, which is one of the most harshest places to have a fan challenge. The daytime temperature is usually hot, and the nights are usually cold, and the rain can be a hit or miss during any of these challenges. So right off the bat, the chances of Elsa and Chev surviving the fan challenge had already gone down off the rip. But Elsa and Chev finally meet, and their meeting goes as expected. Both Elsa and Chev are friendly towards one another, they're easygoing, and they come into the experience very optimistic about their chances of making it to the end of the challenge. But the red flags start to appear as Elsa and Chev begin to make their way towards the campground. Granted, there were a lot of thorns on the ground as they were walking, but Chev took the thorns in his feet like a champ, while Elsa nearly tapped out. While watching this scene, it was interesting to hear Elsa claim that there was no way to prepare for walking on thorns or hot rocks. And I say it's interesting because there's a ton of footage from past episodes of Naked and Afraid that shows dozens of survivalists as they walk on the harsh terrains during the challenge. Furthermore, there's tons of material out there to show people how to toughen the soles of their feet. So while it is impossible to completely prepare to walk on thorns and hot terrains, there are ways to reduce the damage that is done to your feet should you ever encounter these issues. But several hours later, they make it to their campgrounds, and when I saw Elsa jump into the river and then use the same water to fill her drinking water pot, I knew that Elsa's elevator did not go all the way to the top. Throughout this challenge, I had to give Chev an A for effort. He was a one-man show. He tried to construct the shelter by himself, he had to man the fire by himself, he caught all the food for the team by himself, and Elsa didn't contribute to anything of value to the team, at least nothing that was shown during the episode. And it eventually got under Chev's skin. I didn't blame Chev for calling out Elsa, because he at least tried to do his best for the challenge, while she relied on him to do all the heavy lifting. If Chev made any mistake, aside from signing up for this particular challenge, it would have been consulting with Elsa on whether to prioritize finishing the shelter versus having decent bedding for the shelter. Elsa suggested that proper bedding took priority over finishing the top of the shelter, which ultimately doomed Elsa and Chev for the challenge, as they both opted to tap out with 3 days remaining in the challenge. But all in all, I was frustrated watching this episode because Elsa reminded me of Trish from previous seasons of the show. She single-handedly brought down the team, and I felt bad for Chev because he didn't deserve any of what he experienced during the challenge. I would definitely like to see Chev get another chance at redemption, but Elsa needs to just stay a fan of the show, and she should not be anywhere near a Naked and Afraid set. But those are my opinions, and this marks the end of my review. If you have any questions or comments related to my review or the episode, feel free to leave them below in the comment section, and I'll be sure to reply to everybody. Until next time, stay tuned and stay safe. Peace.